Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Diana and thank you for watching my very first video. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about my journey being natural, where I was, where I am today, and where I hope to be in the future. So my natural hair journey technically started when I first stopped perming my hair. I first stopped perming my hair in, I would say, August of 2014, but I was always straightening it still. I didn't really take care of it or anything. My goal wasn't to have curly hair or natural hair. I just didn't want to keep perming it anymore. It took too long. I didn't like going to the salon and all of that. So if I had my hair natural like I thought it was, then it would be easier for me to straighten at home and do all of that instead of having to go through that process at the salon all the time. So I spent about a year, I would say almost 2 years before I officially big chopped. And what inspired me to big chop was one of my friends in college. She was always telling me how she liked my curls, blah, 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 and that I should just cut off the damaged ends. So I had basically a year and a half's worth of growth. And I was like, okay, might as well, I'll go to the salon and cut it off. So they were able to cut off a lot, and I had like a little tiny afro, but the front of my hair is really sensitive to heat, so the front of my hair was still really damaged. So what my friend would do for me was that she would braid it. She would cornrow it, one cornrow right here, one cornrow right here, and I would just wear the rest of my hair natural most of the time. But I still didn't really take my hair journey seriously. I was using whatever shampoo, whatever conditioner I would find. I would straighten it all the time, not as often as before, but I still applied lots of heat to my hair. I wasn't doing protein treatments or deep conditioners or any of that. Fast forward to my sophomore year in college, so this is 2016, is when I started to take care of my hair a little bit more, but I still didn't really know what it took to be natural. I was still straightening my hair every so often, less than before, but I was still doing it. I was still experimenting with products. I didn't really know what worked for my hair, and I didn't know how to apply the products. So I wasn't in love with my hair. I didn't like my hair because it didn't look good, because I didn't know how to define it. To me, it was just a fro, and the fro wasn't cute. I wanted these luscious, defined, shiny curls, and I didn't realize that in order to get that, I needed to find which products worked for me and go with it. I was using products that right now I can't use anymore because they don't work for me. I was using coconut oil as just a moisturizer, and oils aren't meant to moisturize, or oils are meant to seal in moisture and stuff like that. I was kind of on the right path, but I didn't really have any guidance. I didn't really know what it was. So my sophomore year of college ended, and I went back home, and I didn't return to school the next year. So I was at home, and where I live, there's lots of salons, and my aunt recently came from Dominican Republic, and she owned a salon over there. So I knew she knew how to do hair. And that's where my natural journey kind of went downhill. I had made so much progress in the last 2 years, but then I started going to my aunt's salon, straightening it all the time. I dyed it a lot. I dyed it twice red. It was like a burgundy red, whatever. And I was straightening it all the time. I was applying so much heat to my hair. I was doing roller sets, then blow drying, then straightening about every week or every 2 weeks. So my hair was really weak. My curls were basically non-existent. And I was wondering it's not heat damage. My curls always come back. My curls always come back. I'm not going to get heat damage, this, that, and the third. But little did I know how much damage was that I was doing to my hair. At this point, it is the summer of 2018, and this was the turning point. This was when I realized man, I really need to start taking care of my hair. So I was about to go to Dominican Republic for a few weeks, and I wanted to get braids done because, first of all, I hadn't done them since I was a little girl, and I was tired of doing my hair. Wash day has always been my least favorite day, and I was tired of doing my hair. I wanted to be able to enjoy the beach and not have to worry about my hair and none of that. So the girl asked me to just blow dry my hair a little bit, like blow it out before I got my braids done. And I'm in the shower and I'm washing my hair, and like as I'm like combing my hair, I noticed that it's coming out in chunks. And I'm just like, whoa, like this is weird. Like regardless of how much heat and like how damaged my hair was in the past, I never experienced my hair falling out. And my hair was falling out a lot. Like I'm telling you, I could go like this and it would come out like in chunks, like straight chunks. So at this point, I'm thinking like I either have alopecia or like there's something wrong with me because this never happens. But I went ahead and I still got the box braids. If you know box braids, you know that they are heavy and they cause a lot of tension on your scalp. So when I took the box braids off, I only lasted like 2 weeks with them on because I realized protective styles aren't for me. Like I get tension headaches really easily. I can't even have my hair too tight. So my head was hurting a lot and I decided to take the braids out a week and a half later, and my hair, I'm telling you, I had never seen so much hair loss in my life. It was scary. It looked really ugly. It was really damaged. My hair was dry. It was really dull. No matter how much product I put in it, my hair was just soaking it up, but not like, it wasn't coming to life. And at that point was when I realized that I really needed to start taking care of my hair. Not even when I permed my hair. I permed my hair for 17 years of my life, and this was the worst state my hair had ever been. It was just not looking cute. It was like so thin. Like I could take it in a ponytail and like grab it with one hand and like hold all my hair just in one hand. It was really bad. So I was like, okay, like now is the time to take care of my hair. If I don't start taking care of it now, I'm going to go bald, and that is not what I wanted, because ever since I went natural, or ever since I big chopped the first time, I was really like, I just wanted healthy hair. I just didn't know how to take care of it. So I came back from Dominican Republic and I went to my aunt's salon, and my plan was to get it straightened, not cut it. I don't know why, even though I had like this whole thing about going natural, but she was telling me, she's like, oh, like your hair is really damaged, but it can't be from the heat. And I'm like, no, it's from the heat. So like, let's not do heat and just cut it all off. And she was like, oh, are you sure? Like, it's a lot of hair that you're gonna cut off. And I'm like, yeah, like just cut it all off. Cut it all off. And when I'm telling you that my hair was like, she straightened it that day anyways, because we had like a family photo shoot or whatever. But like my hair was like maybe up to here. The longest, it was so short. And before that, my hair was like up to here straightened. It was in layers, but the longest part of my hair was up to here. So to go from here to here, that was a really big change for me. And I didn't like how it looked straight. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just wet it. And I guess that last time I washed my hair, I straightened my hair, was the breaking point, because when I washed it again, it was awful. Like the amount of straight ends I had, it was disgusting. I was just like, okay, like now is the time. This does not look good. My hair was too short to tie up. If I did tie it up, I had to have the back of my hair covered in bobby pins, because if not, all my hair would come out. And it wasn't a good time for me. It wasn't a good time for my hair. And I realized, like, you love your hair, you just don't know how to work with it. So whatever, I spent that summer like regretting getting it cut, but still I didn't apply any heat to it. That was in July. I didn't apply heat to it again until I would say December. Even though I shouldn't have done that. But in December, I went to visit my friend at school, and I told her, I'm like, oh, like just finish cutting off the heat damage. Like cut it off. I don't care. And she was like, okay, like, I'm gonna cut it. Like, you said to cut it. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Don't. If your friends tell you to cut their hair, don't do it. It didn't look, it looked bad. Not because it wasn't cut right. It's because the amount of heat damage I had, it just wasn't it. Like I said before, the front of my hair is really susceptible to heat damage, and the back too, so those were the shortest parts. So I had bangs, but curly bangs, they were like up to here, and I don't really have that big of a forehead, so like my bangs were like up to here. They were like half heat damaged, half not. The back of my hair wasn't curling the same as the rest of it, and I was just looking a hot mess. I'm like, oh my goodness, what did I do? But whatever, like I laid off of heat for a very long time from then. So that was December. I didn't apply any heat again until April. So from December to April, I was all natural. And in April, I was just like, oh my God, let me straighten my hair again. Like, that's such a good idea. No, it's not, because like I said, my hair damages easily. And it's like, I don't get that through my scalp, through my thick scalp. I don't get it, because I straightened my hair the other day and then I cry about the heat damage. But it was April and I noticed like, wow, my hair has grown so much. Whatever, I kept being natural. Since then I've only applied heat twice on my hair, maybe 3 times in like a year and a half. So that summer, which was last summer, I went to Dominican Republic again, and I had heard that in the city I live in, or like the city I stay in, they have a natural hair salon. So I'm just like, you know what, like, let me try it out. I know that the natural hair movement in Dominican Republic right now is a really big thing. I'm like, might as well go. I needed to get a haircut anyways because my ends weren't looking cute. So here is when I finally started to learn how to love and appreciate my hair. So I get to this natural hair salon and I tell her, I'm like, good luck, my curls are just frizzy, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, no, don't worry. Like, I'm going to show you how to take care of your hair. Mind you, all the products they're using are American products, so I could find them here. So she sat me down. She gave me kind of like a diva cut. It wasn't exactly a diva cut, but like she cut curl by curl, but it wasn't a real diva cut. And she started sectioning my hair in like the smallest pieces you can imagine. Like I would say like, I can't show you right now, but like she would take really, really small chunks of hair and take gel and like whatever other products, and she would like rake it through my hair. And all of a sudden, like this hair I thought was so damaged and so frizzy, like came to life. Like my curls were popping. I was surprised. I was looking at my aunt like, sis, you know my hair do that? Like I did not understand. Like you have no idea. I'm just like, wow. Like it was at that point that I learned to love my hair. Mind you, I had been natural since 2014, and from 2014 to 2019 I never loved it because it just didn't do what I wanted to do, because I didn't know how to take care of it. So after that, so that was August. In August I finally learned. I'm like, okay, the gel that works well for my hair is the Styler, the Argan Oil. It's the one with the red cover. So that works really well with my hair to define. Then I had to start experimenting with shampoos, conditioners. I know that the Aussie line works well, and Aussie recently released a curls line. So I started using the Aussie curls line. It's sulfate free, all of that free. It's good for curly hair. And I'm like, oh shoot, like this shampoo and conditioner cleanses well, leaves my hair really moisturized. The curling cream mixes well with my gel. Like this is what works for me. And that was like, it was like a turning point. Like before August, like I said, I didn't like my hair. I was natural, yeah, and I would like do my wash and goes and whatever, but I wasn't in love with it because I didn't know how to take care of it. I didn't know that my hair had so much potential. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm kind of like, I would say still transitioning, because my hair's not heat damaged. I don't really have heat damage left, but I still have some parts of my hair that are really frizzy that need like extra care. The front of my hair doesn't curl as well. I think it might be because of heat that I've used in the past, and the back of my hair doesn't curl as well. But right now I'm like at a happy point with my hair. I know which protein treatments to use. I know how often to use them. I know which shampoos and conditioners work for me. At this point, I don't really have any hair goals. I just want my hair to get longer, not necessarily thicker because I have pretty thick hair, but I just want some more length and just to learn what more to do with my hair. Yeah. So some of the products I use are the Shea Moisture, Manuka Honey, and Yogurt protein treatment. Usually protein treatments you only leave on for a few minutes, but I feel like that one, for me personally, I could leave it on overnight and it won't cause a protein overload for me. Protein overload is when your hair has too much protein and it just like, instead of like the curls reviving it, they just get dull and brittle and weak. So the Shea Moisture works really well for me, that specific protein treatment only. I use the Aussie Curls line. Everything in that line works excellent for me. I use the Styler Argan Oil Gel. It works really well. I recently started using the Emerge line. It's a Black owned natural hair line. It has like no dyes, nothing. It's like the ideal line. It's really cheap. There's 7 products in the line. I got 6 for $42 plus tax. So those products worked really well for me. I think the natural journey is just discovering what works for you and rocking with it. And it takes time, it takes patience. Like I said, I started in 2014 and I didn't find any products that worked for me up until 2019, 2020. It took 4 years. Yeah, 4 years of trial and error, of seeing how things worked, of like just doing a whole bunch of things to know what worked for me and what made my hair look better. So I know I still have to work on a few things with my hair. I have to be patient. I have to take care of my hair better. I should probably sleep with something covering my hair, which I do not do ever. But I'm working on it. I need to moisturize more often during the week, but it's all part of the journey. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna take you time and you're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna say like, oh, I'm just gonna perm my hair, or I'm just gonna straighten it because it's easier. But the satisfaction, like, I look at pictures of when I was in high school where I thought my hair was popping because it was straight, but it was so short, so weak, so brittle. And I look at pictures from a year ago where I had basically the same hair that I have right now, but so much less defined. It was like dull. It didn't have the same like bounce and shine it has now. But that's like a short version of my entire hair journey and where I want to be with it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments or DM me on Instagram. I'll leave a link down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.